Good afternoon, everybody. It's H. Weber, the dog, with you on another Monday. It's the 13th of August, 2018. Welcome to Weber This Week. Well, you know, you can't keep a good couple down. Liz Comatis, of course, well-known throughout the region at Abigail's restaurant. Of course, Abigail's having to close for the untimely death of Liz's mom recently. And, of course, Jimmy Woodard, who, by the way, I did not know that was his last name. I've always known him as Woody, so how prepared was I for this show? But Woody and Liz are here to talk about their new venture, the Quality Inn, and what's going to be in stake. A lot of big excitement coming up. Welcome to Weber This Week. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's the dog with you on a Monday. A little rainy out there, maybe a couple of showers too. It's going to be up and down all week, but it's not going to be in the 95, 100-degree range, which I like. Well, you know something? Before we get to Liz and Woody, I want to give a shout-out, some love to the fine folks at the Gould Hotel, especially my buddy who was on last week. I met, of course, Billy Weston. I had a chance to go to the block party, the Seneca Falls block party, the first annual held this past Saturday. On a scale of 1 to 10, it draws a 20 for me, and I'm 73.5, so I have a right to give grades. I've never seen a party come off as well organized as that one. It was perfect weather. Of course, you'd have no control over that. The great entertainment, Frankie Wheeler, Nate Michaels, the Brass Incorporated, spectacular. The food truck, amazing. Security, not a problem. Thank you out to Waterloo Container as well as Generations Bank. All in all, Billy and your team did a phenomenal job, and I just want to take a minute out to say a spectacular job. Again, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's way past a 10. Excellent, phenomenal. Looking forward to number 2 block party at the Gould. So great job, guys. Keep up the great work. Well, you know, it's I've known these folks for quite a while. I've known Woody forever, and it's funny that we introduced Woody because when I was preparing for the show a few days ago, honest to God, I sat in my apartment making some notes, and I thought, what is his last name? Because I've always known you as Woody. So Jim Woodard, for folks that may not know that his nickname is Woody. And, of course, my friend Liz Comatis. Liz, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
And, Woody, let's start off with you first, then we'll go to Liz. Of course, big doings now. Of course, the fact that Abigail's, which you have been a mainstay for many years, having closed. And Liz, of course, and yourself, not the kind of people that are going to sit down and just read the horoscope every day. You're going to get involved. And now you're at the Quality Inn, which, of course, is for the folks that may not know, that's the Holiday Inn with a new name, which I know of for many decades, having gone there. Your thought process, Woody, regarding the opportunity to go over there. You got your name in lights, I see.
There we go.
What was the thought process of being a part of that?
Well, it was sort of a no-brainer.
Right.
I mean, once you've been in the restaurant business for 35 years, I mean, it's no going back from there. And Liz has been great to work with, her family. I've known, you know, it started out with Jimmy Legat.
Oh, yes.
Back in the 80s at Club 86 and a lot of weddings, and learned a lot from him, and just fell in love with food service, and that's what I do, and met a lot of nice people over the years. A lot of people. Customers that become friends, and you know how many millions of customers that I might not know their name, but like me and Annie will be in a store and she'll say, "Who was that you just talked to?" I don't know. That was Gin and Tonic and Manhattan straight up. They got one to remember. I got thousands to remember. But yeah, the customers have been great, and they're anticipating our opening. And, it's far from Abigail's. Abigail's like a Meal's closing, and kind of the same type of family restaurant. I mean, those things are a dying breed. Like people that used to like to go out and soup, salad, dinner, potato, vegetable, whatever. I mean, people are eating differently. So I think we have a nice menu that's the middle of the road where you can stop on the way home from the casino. You can stop on the way home from a ball game, and if you don't want a big meal, you can stop and get a burger, you get a pizza, you get wings. Get a nice cold beer, and that's what we're gearing for.
Well, we're going to talk about Woody and his ability to handle a room, because I've seen him in action many, many times. He knows exactly what you want. If you don't believe me, ask Sandy Lopez. I hope Sandy's watching today.
She better be.
What does she do? She gets that drink with how many olives?
Well, we give her 2, but she might want 3 or 4.
And it better be on the table before she sits down.
We can see the white of her eyes and put it on the table.
I know you know her husband's Gino's favorite drink too.
Oh yeah.
Well, Liz Comatis has been on my program before. We talked about Abigail's situation. Back then, we were promoting Abigail's and what was going on with all the innovations that you were coming up with. Liz, of course, developing the rewards program, developing a lot of things behind the scenes. A lot of people who, when she was on my show, probably didn't know who she was because she was behind the scenes a lot. And now, of course, she's been instrumental in developing a lot of the ideas when she was at Abigail's. First off, Liz, I know it's still probably in your mind about Mom leaving us, and I know you being the only child, certainly that is not something that obviously came as a shock to you, her passing, but your experience with working Abigail's all the years and all the phenomenal great people that you've met, and through your mom, it has to really bring memories about what you're trying to do now to move on, because she's probably smiling up in heaven saying, go get him, girl.
She is. None of us were anticipating her passing so quickly, but I feel confident in knowing that she did that. She let go and was able to, not be suffering anymore because she knew that we had a good thing going, and that, when we closed Abigail's, I was able to, handpick some staff and bring them over, and, she told Woody, he's like a big brother to me, so she had, kind of told him to keep an eye on me and look out for me, and I think that opening up Woody's Bar and Grill is a great way for us to continue the legacy. And for the folks that may not know, before Abigail's closed, you were helping out with some food over there as well. Before. Right. We had started. I actually signed my lease at the Quality Inn June 1st. Okay. So just a couple weeks before she passed away, and we were just going to do some banquets to start with, and slowly work on getting the restaurant and bar up and running, and. With her passing away and us deciding to close Abigail's, we put everything in. I'm sure you had many sleepless nights. I'm sure your light was on probably 1, 2 o'clock in the morning deciding where you wanted to go with the Quality Inn program. What did you want to do? How much of that did you want to lease? And those issues, putting together, of course, Woody's a great member of your staff and probably your MVP, I'm sure. And I'm sure Missy's there working for you sometimes. Yep. But, looking at that, it wasn't probably easy for you to put that all together, was it? Or did you have an idea of what you wanted to do with the Quality Inn? My original idea was just to focus on a bar, to open up the lounge and have some bar food, and so that it wasn't in direct competition with Abigail's. So when we closed Abigail's, it kind of spun everything in a complete 360, and we're trying to accommodate, both the hotel guests, the construction workers that are staying at the hotel that might just want to come and grab a beer and a burger after work, and then the locals that were our regulars at Abigail's, and trying to, maintain, a similar style menu. I'm hoping that we found a perfect match with that. I know that the service that everyone was used to at Abigail's will be the same, if not better, and the quality of food, the same thing. We have an excellent kitchen staff. Excellent wait staff, so the quality and the service will be top notch. Now, as far as you leasing, you've leased the bar and you've leased the banquet. Excuse me. Our viewers can understand that. Correct. So any wedding receptions, Christmas parties, family reunions, anything like that can be held in one of our banquet rooms. We have 2 large banquet rooms that can accommodate up to 300 people each, and then some smaller rooms for smaller groups. So that's kind of, we're going to try and focus on getting some parties in there. And then the old Bowie's Lounge for, at the Holiday Inn, that's where Woody's Bar and Grill is located. So it seats about 75, 80 people plus the bar stools. I think it's a nice size to be able to keep things simple for both the staff and, the kitchen. Make sure that nobody has to wait for their food because we're so large. And I do have the opportunity to use the restaurant as well, which is our Heritage Cafe. Is an overflow, and if we want to seat in there for a small private party or something like that. Overflow's a good thing. Overflow's a good thing. It's a good thing. Yes. Never complain you have an overflow. Right. You try to get them in and get them fed. And when we say Woody's Bar and Grill, it is a bar, but it's family friendly. There's a dining area, so it's not a bar that you wouldn't feel comfortable bringing your kids into. Now, developing your menu, let's talk a bit about that, and then we're going to go back to Woody about his area. Obviously, going to be handling a lot of this.
regarding the menu, talk a little bit about the menu. You and Woody obviously got together and determined what this was going to look like. I know Woody, and you can go ahead, Woody, but as far as looking at the menus, you just want to look at some salads and some finger food and then maybe have a few entrees.
Right. I mean, we're gearing toward, like I said, like the family restaurants are a thing of the past. You know, people are looking for healthier choices and salads, burgers, like I said, and but we still have a big customer base that is following us from Abigail's.
Right.
Because I can tell by the phone calls I've received in the last 2 weeks, and when are you opening, people stopping in, and they're still going to get that service. And plus, the menu will change constantly.
Sure.
If people want a certain thing, if we have the demand for it, it'll be on the menu, and we have a lot of families that come to Abigail's too, where if they don't like the bar scene, that we can accommodate them in the restaurant area. Throw a 10 together or 12 together, and
sure. Well, just for an idea right now, the present menu that I have in front of me, that I'm just going to run through the entrees right now. And again, this is going to fluctuate and change, as Liz and Woody have talked about. Got a New York strip steak out here, chicken parm. You've got a fried haddock. Sandy Lopez gave 2 thumbs up on the fish.
Yeah,
by the way.
She loved the fish. Yeah.
Lemon herb baked haddock and coconut shrimp.
We also added broiled scallops to that.
Oh, how about deep fried for Harold Weber?
We can get them for you.
I like deep fried.
Plus, we always have a few specials every night, and on demand on the weekend, like this week.
Sure.
Prime rib and fresh salmon, lamb, pork chops. Switch it up a little bit. And we'll see what people want.
We got pizza and wings for the folks that may want a dozen wings or a slice of pizza or a full pizza, whatever. And of course, you got your famous burgers. They're awesome. Yeah. A lot of good things. Looking at spaghetti meatballs, shrimp scampi, you name it, they got it on this.
And we have a really good chef too with Brandon. Yep. Brandon, he's a young guy. He's in his 20s. He's a young father. He's passionate about food. He's very creative.
Yep.
That's good.
He's into it. He's
Excellent.
Really into it. Yeah.
And appetizers currently on the menu. Again, this is going to change. There's we got our man. Okay, flipping the
that one's Steven.
Steven.
Right. Yep. He's
our
doing both
chef.
part, but he's the banquet guy. But he's also going to help out with with the restaurant.
So appetizers, Parmesan fries. You've got pretzel sticks. You got jumbo meatballs, fried veggies, shrimp cocktail. I love shrimp cocktail. I'll have to try one of them some night. But you have a nice list of things that people are going to jump on and have an opportunity to enjoy and to test out. And again, like you say, if there's a demand for other items that people are asking for, you certainly can make that change.
Exactly.
And Woody, back to you. One thing that always amazed me, and all the times that I would go with Sandy and Jean over to Abigail's is, and again, I knew you back when I was at Gould's.
Right, exactly.
And we used to have dinner after dinner coming in with guests.
Yeah.
I had a structured Wednesday night. Remember the prime rib?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Yeah.
I never turned down a free meal, by the way. I did get invited to all those free meals, and it was great. Remember the little crackers and cheese out of the bar?
Oh, yeah, the Triscuits.
Yes, the Triscuits. Oh, man, they would go, and then he would bring out the little meatballs.
Oh, yeah.
It's like old days. I've been out 11 years. I still remember all those days. Because we were there it seemed like I was there a lot because, we were asked to entertain and bring our guests in. And I said, free meal, free drinks? Well, yeah, I'll be there. But one thing, Woody, and I know you're not a shy and bashful guy, and I know you're not the kind of guy that's going to pat yourself on the back, but one thing that people always talk about you, not only Sandy and Jean, who are probably one of your best couples that come out there continuously.
Awesome. Yeah.
You have a way, and I know you have a lot of experience in doing this, and the ability to run the bar at Abigail's and control that bar area is really second to none because you have the experience. You know exactly what your customers want. And the good news is most of the time, the same faces are coming in.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
There's not new people coming in, but you know so many people that you automatically know what they're probably leading to getting.
Exactly. I know. Yeah.
So where did that come from? Just based on experience?
I guess it was experience and just having a rapport with people. And, like I said, like so many people over the years, like the Lopez's, they're friends now.
Sure.
You know what I mean? They're people that... before Jean got sick, we were going to go to Florida together.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right,
meet up in Florida. And,
sure.
Yeah. I mean, and there's dozens of couples like that come in and families. Sure. I mean, that, like when we were at Abigail's, Liz said, "Oh, we're in for a big night. There's this many reservations." Well, I said, "You got 25 more because I got them on my phone." People used to call my cell phone for reservations instead of calling the restaurant. But yeah, but I mean, it was that's the way it was. You had their drink ready for them, and there was some older ones. I mean, they couldn't believe that we'd go out and we'd pull the car up for them. It wasn't a place to park. We a lot of times, then if they didn't show up or whatever, we call up. You okay? Oh, he's not feeling well. Her mom would send dinner over to the house.
That's awesome.
And that's the way. I mean, that's the way it is, and that's the way it'll be, and that's
That's right.
Well, I remember Liz. We celebrating an anniversary. Me and Mary. I can't remember the year it was. Been married 52, but I'd called and we wanted dessert late in the afternoon, and I think of this because it was such a nice touch, and I went and ordered it, and I said I'm going to pick it up, and I went over and picked it up, and you didn't charge me, and I remember you telling me. You're a good customer, good people, and enjoy. And we went home and just devoured those desserts.
Well, that was for Mary for having to.
How about me?
For having to put up with you.
But how about me? I know. Listen, you're right. I got to admit, my wife is a gem, and I got to say, I know I'm probably watching, Mary. Don't worry, you're not the only ones who ever said, how have you put up with them for 52? But anyways, 52 years. But hey, we have a good time. Liz, and then we'll take a break in a couple of minutes. Talking to Liz Comatis and, of course, Jim Woodard, which still cracks me up because I never knew his last name. Woody, talking about the Quality Inn, and they're going to have a surprise at the end of the show about when they might be serving continuously. And they're going to tell us the hours they're going to be open and all that good stuff, and when they start the actual beginning. And that'll be a surprise at the end of the show. But Liz and Woody are joining us. They are going to be involved in Woody's Bar and Grill. Woody, of course, overseeing that aspect, and Liz, of course, overseeing not only the bar, Woody's Bar, along with the banquet side of it. And if you have an opportunity to schedule a wedding or a big family reunion where you have 60, 80, 90 people, Liz is the lady to get a hold of, and she will set up whatever menu you want. Right, Liz?
Of course.
That's the way it goes. So listen, it's about 16, 17 after. Let's take our commercial break right now and pay homage to the great sponsors that make this show possible. We'll come back and talk to Woody and Liz in just a couple of seconds. Del Lago Resort and Casino has something for everyone. 2,000 slot machines and 99 gaming tables. The Vine, featuring top national music and comedy acts. The dining options. The Great Portico by Fabio Viviani. The Farmers Market Buffet, the Social Cafe and Bar. And the 14,000 square foot European style spa. Del Lago offers massages, body treatments, and facials, plus a full-service salon. Visit DelLagoResort.com for more information.
Cayuga Lake National Bank. Visit Bill Ryan and his team for all of your banking needs. Offices in Union Springs and Aurora, a fine sponsor of this show for over 30 years. DA Liquor on Britt Street in Seneca Falls. Amy Padula and her team will find the right spirit for you every time. When you stop in, tell Amy the dog sent you. The Gold Hotel welcomes you to come out and enjoy the revitalization of this historic downtown Seneca Falls landmark. Every Wednesday is Ladies' Night with special price drinks and half-priced appetizers. Learn more at thegouldhotel.com. The Omen Theater on William Street in Lyons. See what's playing this week at omentheater.com. Located on New York State Thruway Exit 41, the Magee Diner has earned their reputation as a popular family restaurant, serving country, fresh, home-cooked meals daily. Stop in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and check out their menu at MageeDiner.com. The Child Advocacy Center of the Finger Lakes is a child-friendly location where allegations of physical or sexual abuse are responded to by a multidisciplinary team of professionals. The team works together to conduct a thorough investigation and to provide necessary support services to children and their non-offending caregivers with a goal of minimizing further trauma to a child. Seneca Metals is an award-winning company that has earned a reputation of going above and beyond to protect the environment and support their community. As an EPA inspector once said, Their operation is head and shoulders above the rest. And the Newark Pilots of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League, a minor league team with a major league ballpark. Season ticket packages available at NewarkPilots.com. And the Wilson Press in Seneca Falls. My good pal Rich Rickey and his team can handle all of your printing and mailing needs. Visit them online at wpress.com.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Dog H. Weber with you on a Monday. It's 3/20, the 13th of August, 2018. Where is the year gone to? Woody and Liz, it's going to be Labor Day in a couple weeks.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, listen, before we go back to Liz and to Woody, is talking about their new venture, the Quality Inn, which many of you obviously know that, but if you're just checking out my show and don't know the Quality Inn, that's the old Holiday Inn that used to be there forever, seems like. I want to just flash a news bulletin on the fine folks out of Seneca Metals. They always put on some good events out there. Labor Day Tales on Our Trails. What kind of creatures play in a march? We'll find out in our story time and nature discovery walk. To register, give out a call to Seneca Metals. That number is 315-539-5624. That's at the Seneca Metals Wetland Preserve. That's on Blackbrook Road. Coming up Saturday, September 1st. Not too far away, like a couple weeks, 2.5 weeks away. 10 to 11 a.m. It is a free program. So check that out if you're interested and have a good time. Well, back to Jimmy Woodard, a.k.a. Woody, along with Liz Comatis, joining me to talk about their new venture. Liz, we talked this morning before you came on about employment opportunities. I know you're putting the staff together. Do you have some openings? Do you have opportunities for people? Give us the view of what you are looking for.
We do. So like I said earlier, I was able to handpick a lot of my staff when we closed down Abigail's. So I do have a good basis, but we're looking for some, energetic line cooks and friendly bartenders. We have some part-time positions open for all of them. Even without any experience, we're willing to train. We have great, our chef Brandon and our banquet chef Steven both have a lot of patience, which they need to work with Woody and I. They're willing to train people. Same thing with our bartender. We do have a head bartender that'll be behind the bar most of the time, and we're all going to need days off. So we're just looking for some qualified, reliable people that are willing to learn and show up on time and have a good time with us.
That's the key. Show up on time.
That's right.
Exactly.
And Woody, you go back a long time in the business, and of course, you mentioned when we were on break. You have the ability, like I do, always get there half an hour ahead of your shift.
Exactly.
When I go out to the casino, I work part-time at Del Lago, and I've always been able to get up so early in the morning anyways, but I go to bed early too. But I'm always 30 to 45 minutes early, and I'm in the cafeteria just relaxing, talking to other colleagues at the casino. But I'm not one of these guys that hate to drive in and rush in and be there right on that clock.
Right, exactly.
So that's good.
I know.
Well, Liz, looking at the operation at the Quality Inn and looking at the fine folks that frequented Abigail's, you're certainly going to get a good percentage of those folks. I'm sure they're going to give it a try. It's not going to be as expansive as the menu as you offered earlier, obviously, as Woody talked about. You really don't have to have a menu with 65 entrees when, in fact, if you give the people primarily most of the time what they're looking for, right?
Right.
And that's the theory, correct?
Right. A smaller menu is going to allow everybody, for us to provide, a higher quality food and better prepared, rather than, somebody in the kitchen trying to run around and do 10 different things at once. If they can focus on just 2 or 3, I think it's going to be a higher quality presentation.
And I think the fact that, a lot of the casino folks that, yes, we have a bunch of eateries inside the casino, but people do want to get away from the casino once in a while. They're staying overnight. A lot of people frequent the Magee Diner, which is a stone's throw from the casino. My good friend Gary Schlegel gets a lot of play from there. But it isn't out of ordinary that you guys won't get opportunities as well, because they're just a straight shot down.
Right.
And then we'll have an opportunity to stop in,
exactly.
get a chance to check out a new place, and to go from there. Entertainment, is that something that you're thinking of down the road, or is that something you may consider down the road?
No, definitely. I plan on doing some live music on the weekends.
Right.
Talking about having maybe a dart league on a Tuesday or Wednesday night during the week, having a trivia night.
Okay.
And our wine dinners back that
we're
were
be doing
successful.
some wine.
Oh, the wine pairings?
The wine pairings, that were people
Yeah.
are still asking about. Probably do one this fall.
Yep.
Probably to start.
Hoping.
Right.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Everybody wants to know when you move and get a new operation going, what about me? What about our opportunity? And I know that you guys are staying up all night to worry about the bunco ladies. And, and that will be something that you definitely will be spending a lot of time.
Yeah,
you used to have hair until you started thinking about what you're going to do with the bunco ladies.
You think? Yeah, they're awesome.
Well, they love you. They love you.
And
they are so upset when you're not there. So... Woody, you said just for our folks, your career as a waiter, et cetera, goes back some 35 years?
Yeah,
pretty impressive.
I used to cook. And,
wow.
The old saying, got too hot in the kitchen. And that's what actually ended up happening. I worked at the club for a number of years, and her aunt, I think it was Pat, they were short a server one night at Abigail. So, you want to come down? So, I'll try it.
Yeah.
I never went back.
Loved it.
That's where I was,
So you originally were in the kitchen?
I was in the kitchen. So that's, it's a good thing to being a manager. Right. I mean, I can go in and cook anything that's on the menu. Maybe not as great as Brandon or Steve, but I know the kitchen,
That's good.
Yeah.
So you've done basically all the tools.
I've done it all, right.
Yeah, and you've cleared tables.
And I've said I'm cleared them. I've done it all. Yeah.
He's cleaned the bathrooms and ran the bathroom a couple times too.
So
it's great to have somebody on my staff that's willing to pitch in and do, anything that needs to get done to make sure that the guest experience.
Well, I think Woody, the good news that the picture of you in lights with your name on the on the wall there on the building makes it significant. A lot of people it takes forever to go on Broadway, and you finally made it.
There you go. Right?
at your ripe age, you finally made it. So,
right, I know.
But I think what's significant is not to blow up your head. You are well respected throughout the area. People love you. They always enjoy you coming out and dealing with us and. You know when to give people time because we like to take our time.
Exactly.
You know when people want to get in and get food and get out.
Right, that's it. That's very true. Yeah.
And I mean, it takes a knack to do that, and you've done a spectacular job over the years, and I know you'll do a spectacular job at the Quality Inn.
Yeah. We hope to. Yes.
I know when trying to decide on a name for the bar area. We were going back and forth with a few different names. My kids and I, we were all drawing out of a hat and voting on it, and then. When we did decide to close Abigail's, and Woody was, I kept saying, "You're gonna come with me," and I don't know. Yeah. I said, well, what if I put your name on the building?
That's okay.
So, you know what? I can't think of a better name. I mean, everybody around here knows Woody, and
excellent decision.
That's
I mean, seriously, excellent decision. I can't imagine not having his name on it because everybody knows him and everybody has enjoyed his ability to handle a party of 2 or a party of 22. He gets it done, and that's important.
Exactly.
So let's start talking about the big announcement right now. And this morning or this afternoon, we should say that you have been doing a couple soft openings, checking it out, and so far so good.
So far so good. We little hiccup with the liquor license. So last week we just started serving dinners in the dining room, which is the Heritage Cafe, while we finished up some remodeling in the bar area. And we didn't make any announcements. We just opened up to the hotel guests primarily and got some things tweaked out with the kitchen and the presentation. So that was I took a ride to Buffalo on Thursday to finally get my liquor license. So
and you had time to do that, I'm sure.
Yeah, that was
right.
Definitely just what I wanted to do.
Make time for that.
Yeah, exactly. There was a pretty high priority on the list. So
it's amazing.
It is.
Got to have that liquor license.
Oh yeah.
It really is tough. But I think and you were saying that maybe some of our political people helped you along with the way to get that.
Yes,
quicker.
I would
like to Brian Kolb, right?
Say thank you to Brian Kolb's office and Pam Helming's office for whatever they did work because Wednesday afternoon at like 4:29 I got a call saying come on up to Buffalo tomorrow and pick everything up. So. That was definitely a big help.
And bring money.
Yeah. Although they cashed that a while ago. That's
what a shock.
It's been paid for a while.
What a shock.
I know. And we should give a shout out to the general managers of the Quality Inn also. Shannon and Rachel.
Okay.
A husband and wife team that run the Quality Inn, former Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
They have been overwhelmingly supportive and have been there for every need that we'd want and more.
Right.
And more.
Yeah, are they from the area? Are they outside of the area?
They're from Auburn.
They're from the Auburn area.
They're from Auburn. They've been in the hotel business and Actually, while we're sitting here, they're probably waiting for us to come back. Shannon is actually helping with the hiccups with the computer system for our restaurant.
Well, you gave me an opportunity to think about 2 additional guests to come on my show.
There we go. Definitely.
I'll also plug them as well.
And just not to cut anybody short, but we kind of have to get going because we're going to open in an hour. So
open up in an hour?
Yes.
Jimmy Senecrobe, turn off the power. We're heading to the bar.
So Woody and I are
going to be open for business at 5 o'clock.
That's right.
5 o'clock,
4:30. Kitchen's going to open up at 5. So Woody and I have to get out of here.
And for now, it'll be 7 days a week, 5 to 9. And the bar will stay open late for some drinks and some burgers and pizza.
We're going to have some football specials on Sundays once football season starts up.
Well, my best to both of you. Me and Mary will see you Wednesday night.
Sounds great.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Harold.
All right.
Tell Mary I'll have her wine for her right on the table.
You better. All right. Speaking for my director, owner of Jimmy Senecrope, along with Liz Comatis and Jimmy Woodard, a.k.a. Woody, Quality Inn. They're doing their thing, baby, with the food starting in an hour and a half. Grand opening tonight. Check it out. This has been Weber This Week. Enjoy, everybody.